Okay, so I just want to talk about your movement in wide areas. As this punt gets played over the top. So I like you're organizing the back posts, multitasking, finding yourself in position. He's taken up a pretty poor angle. Mo's going to recover. I don't know why you need to drift further to the near post at this point. Um, and also, we need to make sure that Riyadh is squared up or opened up to see this player. It takes too long. But I don't think we need to be here. I think we need to be here. Okay, step out. And then, player one, he's clearly right footed, wants to take it on his right. But I don't know really what we're protecting here. But if he's able to just slip and cross, we're further away from this spot. So he cuts Mo. That's where you are. I think we're only protecting this right now. So there's really no need to drift that far. But your adjustments just seem big to me. That's all. So small adjustments. See, you're kind of all over. You're kind of hoppy. Cuts again. Smaller adjustments. Okay. And then this ball gets played out. All right, so we're wide again. I think that's a fine spot. You don't have to drift too far. Why go back to your near? And then see, you're moving constantly. All right, so you're just over adjusting. So smaller movements is going to make for setting on time. Okay, on this free kick, not sure we need two in the wall here. Because the wall's not really going to do anything, not really looking to strike. I think you're taking up a good spot here, but I think you really only need one here. Left foot, so out swinging. I'm watching your feet. You can see you're getting set just right in the nick of time. Quick jump, good brave action. Really good distance on that punch, something you do well, something you've enjoyed doing, but if we just go back, let's just find that spot a little bit earlier when we're setting. All right, so we're not walking into it. Find it, get our body shaped up, 45 right off the bat, but no hesitancy. It's good. It's a difficult height too, because if you get bodies in front of you, that becomes a problem. So well done there. Okay, on this difficult ball, bouncing, holds up. Riyadh's going to play it back. I think looks to me like you survey your options pretty well. You've been known to be able to play under pressure and play this short even if it's bouncing. But I think you make the right decision here because we have no option here. And this option is going to get pressed with a little help. Just the end product needs to be better. Obviously the clearance and what that leads to is putting us under pressure again. Pause it. Ball's going to be served in. I think from this angle, what I'm looking for is we have pressure. It's an outswinger. I want to see you take up an aggressive angle to this ball, opened up so you can see the runners. I think everything's good. I don't know if maybe the lights get in your way or what have you, but let me just pull this up, make sure. Yeah, slow forward. Let's just take a look slow. Path looks good. Just a miss. Something, obviously we can't have in these types of games. Okay, I think this is a difficult action that we deal with pretty well. This ball is going to get deflected. Riyadh's there, so you can't come, obviously, but initially, I think maybe can we sink in knowing we have defensive help? Can we recover back further? Maybe we can give ourselves a little bit more room, especially because he's not going to hit it first time. Having said that, he takes this touch here, and you're patient, and you're balanced, and I think you do pretty well with it. But that would be my only thing is, can you give yourself a little bit more room to make that save? And possibly you hold it if you do. Okay, this is the ensuing corner kick. For me, I'm just going to let it play it through. This is the replay because they didn't bother to have, they were showing the replay of your save. They didn't bother to have it live. Here it is again. All right, so for me, this is in swinger. I think right there, you see your head. It's already, you've already given up on coming for this ball. And I think your range and your athleticism, your profile as a goalkeeper, you can come get this ball. And because you're off balance going backwards when he heads it down, I don't think you picked it up off his head very well. But for me, as we look at it again, and I thought they showed a better angle, but I mean, he's inside the 6, and I think it's hard to tell here, but I could have sworn they showed a better angle. This for me is not that much more different. You know, watch your head. So right here, you're looking at the flight of the ball. It's blurry, but you've already given up, and then it goes. So I think that's a ball you've got to come for. All right, so you've scanned the field because I've seen your head turn and you recognize this pressure pocket here. Nothing's really developed centrally. You're going to get pressed here, and obviously we like to see this player open up earlier, right, and give you a better angle earlier. Having said that, I think you can do a better job manipulating this defender, and to do that, you want to take the ball where there's a little bit more space, so you can take it centrally and play out, or you can take it quickly and bend it around. But I think this touch there allows this player to put you under more pressure than you'd like. There's not you don't want to play it into here. There's not as much angle. So because you've taken that touch, all right, just flat, right, into us, boom. That basically cuts off everything except for this ball, because now in order to play this ball back centrally, which could have developed, you know, you've cut off that side of the field. You have to pull it back and then play. All right, another example here of just your movement. Okay, so you do a really good job here of this bad angle. You have defensive help. You're staying really patient. You're nice and balanced. Every touch is a new picture. Ball's going to be tapped away there. And then just watch in slow motion. This is what I mean in the first clip I showed you about overshifting. Okay, so look how much you get caught doing that crossover step, guessing, and then all of a sudden you've got to recover. So that's just a small example of overshifting. Just a couple nice smooth shuffles to the central part, anticipating the cross, so that if he doesn't cross in, your shoulders don't turn away. You can see your body shape is away from the ball. The ball's here. We want to stay 45, and that crossover step pulls you away from that shape. And so just an example of overshifting. And then by the time we recover, it's in the back of the net. Okay, so I just think from a footwork standpoint, see how you come all the way back, probably too close to the near, and then the ball's on its way. You've just now gotten set to balance point. Now you start to turn, and I think if you're just starting a little bit more central here because of the shooting angle, if you don't come all the way back here and you just stay, this is a bad angle. You have defensive help. I want you here because his body shape's sort of going away from goal. And look how far he has to cut back. So you're still moving when he hits this ball. And I think if you're set more centrally, a little bit higher, then you get to this ball. Because the ball's on its way and you've done, look at that first step. Oops, sorry. Let's let it play. Okay. So your first step is a small shuffle. Then it's another turn. And that ball's halfway from the player to the target. And now you give it one crossover step where I think it should be already two, but you've already given up because your set position, starting position, footwork, you don't think you can get there. And it's the same goal as the first one. Same exact goal. That's a ball. Look at the distance. That's a ball we have to get to because it's not like it was floated in the air. It's not like it was driven. This ball was plopped up. Look at the hang time. You're athletic enough to get there. I mean, this is exact same goal. Just different circumstance. Okay, on this free kick. Wide, 1 for 1. It's good. Fine here. Okay, I love the confidence to take that ball. Was looking for where the line started. Closing in. Arriving maybe a tad bit off balance. But with traffic. Really good job to find the high point here. Through traffic. The confidence to come for this ball. Not an easy take. Well done. All right, we've just turned the ball over. This ball's going to get slipped through. So we're looking for starting positions, commanding the space in behind this back line. Obviously, this is our danger point. Not so much worried out here. Ball's going to be slipped through, and I think you're in a good position with defensive help. Make sure you're a little bit more balanced here, but I think you're in a good position if this player gets a touch on the ball because they're not going to be able to hit this first time. Player gets a touch on the ball. I think you're in a good spot by closing. Just go back. So oops. So we've closed. Okay. Now the ball's going to actually been taken a touch wide. So good decision here. But now we go back to the erratic movement. Okay. So I just think I like how you adjust here because it's wide. Okay. It's played back, but you're kind of bouncing all over the map there. All right, so just to go back. Ball's played back. Just stay a little bit more calm. All right. He's going to cut it back, and I think you're just you're over-adjusting. When he takes this touch and pulls it back, you hop there and then have to come back, which makes you're always leaning. All right, 'cause it's like a skier. If he hits that hard to the near post, you're in trouble. But you're quick. You do a good job reading it. But I just want you to be cognizant of the fact that when you overshift it, by the time you set, it makes your body lean. Okay, tough action for sure. From here, so he's 45 yards plus, from the angle, it's going to be more. 45 yards from straight on. You can see player raising his hand. We got to be opened up to see both these players. Don't know what we're doing here positionally. We're not really going to get pressure on the ball. And then we need to be probably pulled over here. I think if you're going to come for this ball, you've got to, from right here, from where he's hitting it, you've already got to be near the PK spot. You can see you're not. I mean, here's the top of the 18. You're coming from beyond that. And then the other thing is, see how you jump off 2 feet? I mean, maybe you're right around the PK spot, but certainly probably not starting high enough to get to this ball. But because you jump off 2 feet, you've lost all your momentum. If you go and you drive through, and I don't care if you have to kill both these players, but you have a right to that ball and you call for it, you've got to go through them to punch this ball away. You stop your momentum. You can see yourself slow down to jump off 2 feet to just say, excuse me, I'm going to punch this away. And when that doesn't happen, the knockdown, now here's the deal. You've got to recover quicker. I mean, you're backpedaling, but you have time. You have time, but you've got to almost like drop step here as quick as you can while you read the body. Now, he's shaded left of center. Here's right of center where my cursor is. Riyadh is left of center for you. Play off of your defender. So here's a sight line, and even if he bends this around, you have help here. I mean, I'd rather you be able to see the ball and find a balance point than get caught not seeing the ball at all. Because look how high you are. There's no time to react. No time to react. So I think you got to get back in quicker. Once obviously that we've already gone over the cross. I love the confidence to come for that ball, but you got to start higher. And then you don't see it. Just want to go back and look at numerically where we stand. It's hard to see. It's a bit grainy. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got one on the post. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe we have somebody out there earlier. You know, I mean, we're late to this. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. I think they have 6. Or maybe even 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So our 8 players to their 5. Their 6th player is here. We don't pick it up. I mean, we've got to be able to solve this, right? And part of that is like peeking out here, seeing all the options. So doing our work a little bit earlier, then that's how we prevent, you know, all this mass chaos of bodies and a goal. Okay, I really like this action, but I do want to watch, again, the shifting. Okay, so this ball gets played wide. You're in a good spot here. You're just looking for a big touch to change the picture. He's going to draw the ball in towards the defender and then cut it out. There's a touch in. Baits him. Gets his weight shifted. Now his weight's forward. Shifts it. Cuts there. But the angle of the cut, right? The angle now is worse. So it's away from goal. Why then do we need to shift there? Only to realize, see, now you look frantic, like, oh, I need to reshift. Look, his body's away from goal. He's going to really have to bend this around. So you get back to where you should just originally be. And then you're in a good spot to take the cross. But, you know, if you get caught and the ball's over you, you're in trouble there. And then what I really like is we're down 4-1. You've got a big half volley. Let it go. We're 2v2 up here, so all it takes is a weird bounce or something. Take a chance. It doesn't work out, but I don't mind the shout at that point. All right, the only thing I'll say about this goal is, I mean, I want you to watch your head. I know it's a little grainy, but put the cursor there the whole time as I play this through. Okay, so let's go back. Sorry, I meant to go back a little bit further. Watch your eyes the whole way. Watch your eyes. Watch your head. Okay. The one thing I'll say about this is obviously we're down 4-1. Maybe there's a little hope given up here from the squad, but that doesn't mean, you know, our job is done. I think you know that. I think you sense some frustration, but now's the time where we need to be doing 2 things at once. We've got to be obviously finding a good starting position and keeping our eye on the release of the ball, but we have to be organizing, especially with young players, inexperienced players in the mix here. All right, right now, this player's caught the wrong side. All right, I mean, obviously Big Mike needs to know that this player's over his shoulder. Wrong side of this player, okay? We're just watching the ball. Everybody's eyes, ball, eyes, ball, eyes, ball, eyes. Boom, no one's doing the work. And what good players do is they drift. So right now, what's our solution? Well, we've got to organize while this ball is being, or before this ball is served in. Mike's got to know he's got this man over his head. We've got to organize the back post where the ball actually goes. Okay? We're standing, standing, standing. No one knows that this player drifted off the shoulder. So yes, it was unmarked. It's frustrating, but that's our job as well to help in that instance.